Welcome back to Our Community. Susie Thomas with you and with Stephanie Snow-Waring from Leadership Stark County. All right, we're finding out nice transitions that this program has taken. Just seems to be, finding needs and filling them.
Yes.
Youth Leadership Academy. You're starting young now.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
I'm so excited about this one. And so I've been with leadership for, I think I'm going on my 15th year now.
Really?
Yes. I know.
Okay, I can't believe that.
I think I finally get 4 weeks next year.
Congratulations.
Right? That's what we look forward to at this point, right?
Yeah, those benchmarks.
Yes, exactly. And then I think that's it. I don't think I get any more weeks after that. So vacations are always important to me.
Then you get retirement.
Right.
Okay.
Sooner than later, right? So this year we started our youth leadership program, and it's something that I have been wanting to do for a number of years, and it's new to Stark County, but for instance, Akron has had it for over 20 years. Cleveland has had a youth leadership program. And I think when we saw the Strengthening Stark report, and so much was focused on that, and with, how are we keeping young people in our community and what can we do differently? We had a government academy for probably 10 years, and we stopped it 2 years ago. But in the last couple of years, we'd had some high school students participate, and it was really neat to see kind of the integration between the high school and then young adults and then mature adults in that grouping. But the one thing I remember one student saying, and she was a Glen Oak student, and she had always said, "Yeah, I just want to leave the community. There's nothing here." That was her thought process at the beginning of the class. And after the class, when they had to do this speech, she said, "I can't believe how much I didn't know was here." And you and I just said, what you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
And it was so it hit me like, you're right, because how would you know? And so I kind of researched the next year, and I'm an activator in my Strength Finder terminology. And I said, we're going to make this right. We're going to make this happen.
Yes.
And so we did. So within a year, we had great support from all the schools and really awesome funding streams, because that's always an issue when you kind of start these things. And I knew the schools couldn't fund it themselves. So what we said is it needed to be include all 17 districts, which it does. I even wanted to include the parochial schools, which it does. I said even the Lake Christian,
Yep.
So we asked all of those, and even the homeschools. So we had success from recruiting from the 17 school districts plus the 2 Catholic schools. Hopefully this year, a couple of the other schools that couldn't participate, and for whatever reason, they just couldn't last year, will join us this year. We have a room for about 40. So we have 2 students from every high school, 1 male, 1 female. The only requirements I said, you needed to have a 3.0, kind of be engaged in some sort of leadership activities, or actually just be representative as a leadership professional or someone who's interested in that, because they're freshmen, remember.
Okay,
so
I was going to say, remind me the age.
Yeah, they haven't had a lot of leadership training, which I love, because sometimes you get them junior, senior year, well, they're done. They're moving on.
Right.
So you don't really have the time to kind of work with them or show them maybe what's in our community. So all the superintendents responded, and we worked with the counselors. Everybody's got us the information, and then they pick. So I have nothing to do with it, which I'm thrilled, because I have my leadership signature graduates who had called and said, "Hey, my kid would love to do this." I said, "Oh, great. You'll have to work through the school. I don't want anything to do with this portion of picking these students."
Yeah.
But boy, the class that we have has just been so engaging, so enlightening, so innovative, creative, thoughtful, responsive. Like, we've had almost no misses when they've had to miss. It's been a really good reason. The schools have been supportive. So I am just thrilled. When we talked to them in, when was it? It was December, and they're supposed to graduate in April. They started the program with an all-day retreat in September. And then we had an economics day. We had a Stark County day where they learned about nonprofits and downtown. We had a health day. We'll have a justice and government day this Wednesday.
Great.
And then we have an arts day next month, and then they'll graduate.
Wow.
But when we said that, they were like, "No, we don't want to graduate. We are not ready." We all like each other. They're sitting in different groups. They're not necessarily just sitting with the person they came with. So what I'm hoping to do is have a year 2, still looking at some funding streams, where we would bring this group back, and then we would do a college and career focus.
Perfect.
So that, because we just haven't had the time. And they really say, and a lot of them are in AP classes, and they just don't have the time in their schedules to really kind of look at that and focus on that. And I really feel like the colleges would be in support. We had amazing support this year from Malone University.
Good.
The library was a great person, and then some different foundations.
Good.
So we're hoping that we can kick that off. But it's just so neat to see what they're learning, and it's about the networking. It's about the community. I would have thought, again, I work downtown, so many of them would have been downtown. And when we did the downtown tour, out of the 37, I don't think I'm exaggerating to say that 12 had been downtown on a given night.
Really?
Yeah.
That does surprise me.
Yes. That's what I
Okay.
thought too. And a lot say no. The first time I came downtown was I was at the Civic Center for graduation.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, that's quite a surprise.
Yes.
What did you see as far as surprises on their part? What surprised them the most as they were seeing what's available downtown?
They couldn't believe the art.
Yeah, I was going to say the
Yeah.
arts district.
They couldn't believe how nice the shops were.
Yeah.
They couldn't believe we ate at the Canton Brewing Company, and they couldn't believe how nice a downtown restaurant. We took them to the escape room. And so that
Right?
was
Yes.
awesome. They loved that. And we totally used their the Strength Finder skill set, because we did
Sure.
Strength Finder with them at the retreat. And they were so excited about that. So, of course, they loved that. I think only 2 had done the escape room before. Yes.
It's the perfect birthday party.
Perfect. Exactly. Exactly. And we had them in all I think they're up to 4 rooms or 5 rooms, which I was so
yeah.
embarrassed because
Yeah.
they got so much further than a group of my peers got. And
Oh,
they're
we
like,
won.
oh,
we
nice,
won,
nice,
Stephanie.
nice.
But there are new rooms that I haven't tried yet that are, I'm sure,
even
much harder. Yeah.
Oh, my kids did it
Yeah.
one year, and they're like, Mom, you didn't even get to that area? I'm like, no.
Well.
So, yeah, and then we took them out for Economics Day. We did the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And again, you think everyone's been there, and they haven't. And we
That's
took
a
them
good
all the way
point. Let me
around.
stop you there, because
Yeah.
sometimes when you live in a town,
Yes.
you do not go. I've got a brother in New York. He doesn't hang out at the Empire State Building.
No.
So, when you're living in a town, you often don't do the
Right.
national
Right.
museums that are right in your backyard.
Or I think there was a program where maybe they all did them in 3rd grade, right? Something
Okay.
like that, maybe.
Lots
But they
changed.
haven't been, right. And so for them to take a tour and see the box offices and see the upstairs area, that's just amazing to see what they've done. And then we did some team building. We took them out to Claredale Farm, which is one of the largest dairy farms in the community.
So cool.
Which is right off of Amherst and
Right.
Jackson Township, and
Yeah.
you don't even know it's there. And then the Timken Company, and so it was just to keep kind of showing them. We had a great cultural diversity day last week, and that was really neat to hear about the cultural differences within our own community.
Right.
Some schools, they don't have, one person raised their hand, they have one African American person in their whole school.
Oh, my.
And so they say, well, how do we? How
Yeah.
do we do this? How do we understand this better? And so to be able to share that was
Nice.
great. We had speakers from the Urban League and
Nice.
different things that we did all day. So
I think what you're talking about really addresses the issue of brain drain. That's
Yep.
been something that's been a high topic of conversation.
Right.
So you're in on those conversations.
yes, and I think that all we are doing from starting, with our youth academy and then the spotlight, and this is common. I mean, brain drain, brain gain, however you want to say it.
Yes.
it is everywhere. And I don't blame. I remember when I was young and went to Miami University, and I said, I want to go away. Like, that's kind of what I always wanted to do. And then I lived in Chicago, and ended up marrying someone from back here. But you feel like sometimes you want to go out and experience that. And I think in order for us to be a growing community, we do need that. We need ideas that are going to be new to our community and see different things. And sometimes I think when you appreciate, say the traffic on the East Coast or in Chicago, you really do appreciate our commute.
Absolutely.
Here.
And our cost of living.
Our houses.
Exactly.
Right.
Right. Our
Right.
yards.
Yes.
Yes.
I say to my kids who are in college on the East Coast, they're like, well, we probably want to live out here. I'm like, okay, great. Let me know how the traffic is. And,
Right.
I guess I'll have to stay at a hotel with the small house you're going to get.
That's right, because you won't have any spare bedroom.
No, exactly.
I'm thinking of, as you mentioned, the arts community, Tim Carmody downtown.
Yes.
was out in Chicago and decided, why don't I bring this experience back to Canton? So glad that some of our young people go out, experience a little bit, and then bring it back home, and is able to just share just a far richer experience with everyone after doing that.
Well, it's even neat, when you travel, you'll see a different community, or you'll see how they do their downtown center. And we've been so involved with that and seeing what's going to happen with downtown that it is exciting to say, like, oh, is this going to be kind of Grand Rapids like, or is this like Charleston, or, what communities are we combining and what have we looked at and stuff. And the other thing that we are doing is recently we have an education department, and we're working with Barb Bennett on that, and really saying, well, how can we get more colleges involved? Because a lot of times, and I remember this too, you get very focused on your college community.
Yes.
And sometimes they don't come and see what the community is like. You have your own college community, and you're raising funds for that. You're in a fraternity sorority for that, or this and that. And so we're trying to think, well, how can we do that? How can we do more internships? How can we show them how lively our community is, that they'd want to stay? Because we have, five colleges in the community that are all doing amazing things. And how can we keep those individuals in our community as well?
So many things so unique to us that other communities would they're salivating over. That would be awesome.
And we're kind of terming it talent.
Yeah,
so it kind of used to be workforce, but now we're saying we have all this talent in our community. How can we keep it here?
Absolutely.
Trying.
Well, and succeeding.
Yes.
I don't want you to leave without talking about building better boards. What's happening?
Perfect. Okay. So on Thursday, February 28th, we do a board seminar because so many people who are on boards or commissions say, hey, our board members just don't know certain things. We have new board members. What can you do? Can you do this training? So we have done this for, 8 or 9 years, and Black McCuskey is a sponsor of that. It's only $35, and we do it in 3 different sections. It's just a morning program, and the first part, Sarah Stratton, who used to work with Legal Aid, she does that, and that's kind of the board knowledge. My dad, Randy Snow from Black McCuskey, he does ethics and legal responsibilities of a board. And then, let's see, we have another part that is on Lisa Codispati, who now works with the Cleveland Museum, and she does kind of communications in a very fun way, and kind of crisis communications, and what do you do when certain things happen on a board.
Nice.
So it's a really great format. It's not even 3 hours. It's easy, and it gives board members, old, new, intermediate, a really good sense of what they need to know.
How do we sign up for this?
You go to leadershipstarkcounty.org.
Awesome.
And we have a deal. If it's 4 or more of you, we make it even cheaper.
Oh,
so
even better.
Great.
Okay, do that. Go there and sign up. Wow, lots happening.
You.
Stephanie Snow Warren, thank you for all you do in our community.
Thanks, Susie.